everybody, it is Mo with Press Magazine. We are so blessed and excited today because today, in honor of 50 years of hip hop, we have the legendary DJ Mars. We are so excited about you coming with us, blessing us with your presence. We are beyond appreciative all of your time.
Thank you.
I am going to start because whenever you view this, I don't know when it was, but for us, the Grammys was last night.
Yeah.
Did you see?
I saw the clips. I have a habit of not watching the Grammys intentionally, but I did see the clips, so I saw what you're referencing.
Thoughts? Was everything covered? And I don't know if you saw it here in Atlanta, it went in a commercial in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. So we didn't get a good vibe of the whole thing, but what were your thoughts on the performers, who they chose, and more so when they kind of went new age on us a little bit?
I thought the overall idea was amazing. You went from not necessarily day one, but you started in the beginning and then you ended up in the present, which is going to literally be the future. I love LL Cool J's energy on stage. I love how they were essentially going through records in time zones and geographical zones, as if a DJ was DJing, as if Jazzy Jeff was rocking. I reference him because he was on stage. There was a couple points that I felt like they missed. Like you talk about the 50 years of hip hop, you need to include Kool Herc. You need to include Africa Bambaataa. You need to include Grand Wizard Theodore. Even if those guys aren't on stage, they need to be seated right next to the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's, so the world can see who they. You can't talk about hip hop without talking about the air quote godfather of hip hop, Kool Herc. You can't talk about DJing in hip hop without talking about Grand Wizard Theodore, who literally invented scratching. You can't. That's like talking about basketball without talking about its hometown, Springfield, Massachusetts. There's certain things you have to include. So I'm not saying they needed to be on stage because those guys aren't performers anymore, but they needed to be in the building right next to the upper echelon of the rest of the music industry, so that when LL's mentioning them, people go, oh, that's the guy, that's the guy, that's the guy. So, but I loved it. Let me say that, I loved it. It's just a couple points that were missing.
I'm asking you that because I'm leading, I'm setting up questions, because what a lot of people don't know is that you wrote a book.
Yeah.
The Art of the Tape. With illustrations, and it goes back, and I don't want to age either one of us, but
I don't mind.
Yeah, good. You go. I'm gonna age myself. So I was back in Tuskegee back 94, 98, HBCU in Atlanta every weekend. So I kind of go back to the the O&E, Lil Jon when he was a DJ. Yes, I kind of go back to that age. Yes. So
you know a little something.
Just a little, just only because of the age and where I come from.
I get it.
But you talked about the Godfather. You went back. And if you had, I think you still can grab it on Amazon. There was a website
artbehindtape.com. We'll get into that.
Yes, we'll get into all of that. But I think before we lead into that, tell a little bit of the people, because we got a little bit of younger audience that may not quite know who DJ Mars is. If I say Usher, if I say Monica, they know. But give just a little bit of a little background.
DJ Mars, Clark Atlanta University graduate. Born and raised in Springfield, Mass. Came to Atlanta in '91 and ingrained myself in the DJ hip hop culture here. Graduated, as I stated, graduated from CAU, and I guess you could say I'm a staple in the music scene out here. Well,
you can't say that.
Not just Atlanta. People know
world renowned. It's okay. I will give you your flowers right. You're world renowned. Keep going. I'll fill in the blanks.
I really love hip hop music. I was talking to my man DJ Bobby Black today, and I was standing in my closet, and everything that I do is based around hip hop's energy. The way I coordinate hat, sneakers, socks, right? I bought my house off money I made from DJing, which is an extension of hip hop. I'm paying for my son's tuition in college with money I made from DJing hip hop. So when I say I'm immersed, it's like a swimming pool. You jump in the pool and your body is covered with water. That's what hip hop is to me.
You're drowning in hip hop. Wow.
Yeah.
Live and breathe.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The way everything I do is based around some hip hop energy. Everything.
I was gonna wait, but you talked about clothes. And another thing people don't know, you in the bike game as well.
Yeah. That's based on hip hop.
That's based on hip hop. Like the bikes are so dope that they look like they can rap. Like I know that's lame for me to say, but
it's actually dope.
The bikes are dope. Like, and who would have thought? And I know not even back in the day, not too long ago, had a friend in Philly, I had a friend in Chicago. They both guys and were heavily in the bike game. Like they was riding at night. They had a whole little crew. I'm sure Atlanta was like, everybody's on the belt line. So I know that's what started that. I mean, were you a rider? Like, how did we get to bikes?
So, okay, it may have been my 10th birthday, my mother bought me a BMX bike. 9 years old going to 10, whatever. I think it was 82 or 83, my mother bought me a bike. So everybody back in the day in the hood, we riding BMX, boom, 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 boom. Fast forward 1,000 years later, it's, I forget what year it was. Let's say it was about 8, 9 years ago. My doctor basically said, look, man, you need to lose some weight. You can go to the gym, you work out. That was the option. I'm not a gym person. So I saw my man Jay Reed. I saw him and his crew, the Dope Peddlers. There's another
They got names.
They got names. They are official with it. So I saw him and some of my peoples riding, like it was like 20 of them riding out like down the block one day. And I was like, yo, you ride seriously? And he was like, yeah. So then I hit him up, said, look, man, I want to ride a bike. What should I do? He said, real simple, Mars, get a bike. So I went and got a BMX bike. And then I just got into it. Ended up losing about 60, 70 pounds throughout my...
My followers know I'm all for weight loss. Like, health likes a tip. Yes.
So that was part of my journey. And then because of hip hop, we don't want to be the same, right? So got on some Kenny Burns Pumas. The next man may have on some Jordans. I don't want to look like him, right? So what I did was one day I said, yo, I want to customize my own bike. So it was the bike that I bought, and I said, yo, I want to flip the colors. So I flipped the colors into my high school's mascot. So Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles. It was black, gold, or black, yellow, and white. Right? So I turned my bike into that. And then I was touring with Tiffany Haddish right before COVID started, and I was like, I want to buy an old school BMX. And that wasn't
name drop.
That wasn't
Tiffany.
It's literally a part
like
of
he
the
said
story.
it like Tiffany Johnson over on 4th, but Tiffany Haddish. Go ahead, I got you.
And I bought a old school GT, and I wanted to customize it to represent my old neighborhood back home. So I did it, and then I posted it on IG, and someone was like, yo, that bike is dope. How much would you sell it to me for? So I figured out, remember what it cost me to build the bike, and then I sold it to him within probably like 2 or 3 days after me posting that first image. Now here's the twist to all of that. Dude was from England.
Oh wow!
So it wasn't even like I sold it to somebody in Bankhead or Stone Mountain or Lafayette.
Rolled it over on the truck.
Yeah, he didn't meet me on the belt line. No. Now he saw it online. We agreed to the number, agreed to the shipping price, boxed the bike up, and shipped it to him. So that's how my customizing bikes for a living started.
So pull up. That's right. Is that
That's the name of the pop-up shop.
So, and that's what I was going to ask. So is it more so a pop-up? And like, because the creativity, I mean, like, guys, he'll give you all his tech. You got to go follow and like look at some of the bikes. They have lights. It's not anything that I think takes a couple of hours to do.
No.
So that's why I'm like, it's probably more so of a pop-up, or I'm sure people come with ideas and things.
Yeah, so like, let's say if you were a client, right, and you came to me, Mars, I want a bike. So I would call you, you call me, and I'll say, well, what do you want the bike to look like? And you say, oh, my favorite team is the boom, 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 the Atlanta Braves. So you want an Atlanta Braves themed bike. So we take that idea, and then I get my team together. Graphic designer will put together like an electronic sketch. You'll look at it, approve it, and then me and my team go to work. And then we bring that idea that you had to life. So it's almost like DJing in the sense that you're remixing. So I take the idea, which is the record, and then I take what my team does for a living, and that's the other record, and we mix them together, and that's how we end up with your bike.
Did y'all see the hip hop? I mean, I
told you
it's all hip hop. Did you see how we just blended the hip hop? I'm like amazed. It's also apparel with that, so I'm sure I can match my fit with my bike.
Oh yeah,
if I wanted to.
That was really the intention of the apparel. It wasn't necessarily to become a clothing brand, but we're like peacocks, right? We want to stand out. So you got your Fresh Made by Mars bike, then you're gonna get your Fresh Made by Mars gear to ride the Fresh bike. It's a plan. It's a plan.
It's a plan. Y'all, we didn't even get the DJ. First of all, we hadn't even gotten the DJ yet. Let's jump into that. I just saw you on IG. Were you in Vegas with Usher? I mean, we all.
Yeah.
Give us a look, because that just seems amazing. I know you're with Monica, and this is like, please name drop for us now. I'm like, name drop.
I got permission.
You got permission. Let's name drop.
So give me some context.
Okay. Let's go back a little bit. Where did you start?
Where?
We're gonna say where, and then who picked up? Who picked up? Like, yo, you got it.
My start was, I bought my first record in 1982. I was 9 years old, I believe. First record I bought was Planet Rock. So whatever year Planet Rock came out, that was the first record I bought. Then I think I bought Rocket by Herbie Hancock and Grand Mixer DST. That was my second record. And then Sucker MCs by Run DMC was like the third. Was I DJing at the time? Absolutely not. But I knew what DJing was. Like I knew, like the pillars of hip hop. You know, you got breakdancing, you got graffiti, you got MCing, and you got DJing. I knew that was the zone that I wanted to be in.
Gotcha.
I knew it. I didn't know that you could have a career out of it. No, I did. But I knew, like, just growing up around the way you saw dudes either breakdancing, writing graffiti, rapping, or DJing, I knew that the DJ that's where I wanted to go. So that's where it started. I bought my first turntables from one of my best friends, Brian Banks. I bought my first turntables from him in '88. So prior to that, I'm buying records here and there. I don't have a collection. I'm stealing money out of my mother's purse when she's not looking.
Are we in high school right now? And you're like, keep us in the time frame. Because...
Well, 88 was my freshman year in high school.
Okay.
But, you know, as I said, you know, no real collection, maybe 2 crates worth of records. And it was the records that I like, not necessarily records that would rock a party, but that's how you start. So that was the genesis of me being a DJ, like buying Planet Rock and Rocket and Sucker MCs to 8 years later buying my first pair of turntables.
Wow.
And then just...
So you come to CAU, you come to Clark. Are you observing at this point, or are you like starting to dabble?
So freshman year, 2 semesters. First semester, freshman year, my mother wouldn't allow me to bring my turntables to school. Like, she was like, no, like, I sent you down there to go to school, not to turn into Jazzy Jeff. You're going down there to go to school. So second semester, I convinced her, she let me bring them. And then me and DJ Trauma, I lived on the 2nd floor, he lived on the 4th floor.
Oh, so y'all went to school together?
Yeah. Long history, long history. We lived in the dorm together, so we were like the dorm DJs. I just lived on the second, he lived on the fourth, right? So we just were known as the DJs of the dorm. So then our first job was, we were playing in the cafeteria during lunch on Thursdays. So let's say the first Thursday of the month, we were at the main cafeteria. Second Thursday of the month, we were at the all-girls cafeteria down the block. And that's where we started to build our brand, because captive audience, people are eating, they're enjoying what you're doing. Now, aside from them hearing about you, they're physically seeing you. So the good thing, what made it dope is same campus but two different locations. So as I said, first Thursday, main campus, co-ed situation, so everybody sees you. Second Thursday is a female dorm, so now we're building an audience with the females, like
got the girls.
So that's
it's a win-win.
It's a win-win for everybody, especially me and Trump.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Really win-win. Socially.
Yes, yes.
You get my point.
No, I follow you. I follow you.
So if you ask the question, where did it start in Atlanta? That's where it started.
In the cafeteria.
In the
Atlanta
cafeteria.
University.
And it was me, him, and we had another partner who's still one of our best friends, DJ Brax, who went to Morehouse. We split the check 3 ways. And so the reason why we had to work together, because one person had the turntable, someone had a mixer, someone had a speaker. We didn't, we didn't have the big sound system like independently. So we had to partner and move and groove and whatnot. $75 split between 3 people. That was our first paid gig. $75.
I mean, gas, a fit, a date.
Gas. We lived on campus.
So see, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So what was the parlay move from the cafeteria to club, party, wedding?
The move. So we went from the cafeteria to the campus parties, right?
Okay.
So the campus parties showed, okay, well, these dudes got busy during lunch. Can they get busy in a club setting? But it started from studying, and I gotta mention DJ Tron and DJ M3. Those 2 guys went to Morehouse. Tron, at the time, was the best college DJ I had ever seen.
Wow.
Ever seen in my life. DJ Tron. Understand that name. Him and M3, they showed that when you were DJing campus party, you had to be really good, because they were really good. They just weren't some guys with turntables. No, they were really good. So we went from the cafeteria to watching them to when they moved up, and we started to do the fraternity sorority parties that they weren't doing, and then from there went to the clubs a little bit, but it was still a lot of independent parties before, because the clubs at that time, you had DJ Dose, you had JC, you had Emperor Cersei, and you had Little John. Like, there's no beating them in 92,
Yeah, Little John was a DJ.
He
was a DJ. Yeah. Before he was.
Yeah. So you couldn't just jump in. That's who you were. That's who I was sneaking in the clubs to see them play. You know what I mean? Like Cersei, one of the best DJs I've seen in Atlanta, period. Same thing with JC. So I didn't just jump from the cafeteria to the warehouse. No. You had to crawl. And that was a part of our crawling.
So there is
yes.
It's levels to it. No one kind of just jumps out into like a different, like you jump in and okay, I'm DJ Mars.
Yeah, no.
Was there a pivotal moment for you though, where I don't want to use the word, I have to use the word edged out, just a bit edged out because I've heard you DJ, but was there a moment?
I don't know if there was so much a moment. I think the moment, and this may or may not give you the answer you're looking for. I feel like the moment was consistency, right? So consistently rocking the cafeterias. I think I stayed in it for 2 years. Trauma may have stayed in it for 3. But building that base, so that was a moment. Those, let's say I did it for 4 semesters. That's a moment, right?
So yeah,
So that's one thing. And then, like I said, the smaller campus parties, and then the parties around those campus parties. That was a moment too, because it's like school. You got freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. Those were my freshman, sophomore, junior, senior years of getting better, getting qualified, and again, building the audience. So I can't say there was one thing, because now if you ask about if there was one club that kind of changed things, I can definitely give you that answer.
Let's go with it.
I would say the first club that I could say changed things for my career was a spot called Soho. Building no longer exists. It was where Centennial Park is. That club, that particular Thursday night lasted, it was short-lived too, maybe 6 months, from the fall of '94 into spring of '95.
Wow. So that Soho was...
Yes. So for me, it changed a whole lot. That was the club that the sort of hip hop balling in a regular people's club, that's where that started, right? So there was just great nights there, just phenomenal nights. That would be the night. That would be the club, rather.
So from Soho, when did you get approached by your first star, or like, hey, I want you to come on the road with me?
It was actually that year, but it was before Soho. So Shanti Das, executive at LaFace, approached me about touring with this artist. She's like, yo, I got this new kid, he's a singer, he's dope. I need some of that college energy. I want you to go on tour with him. The kid is Usher Raymond.
Oh, okay.
like,
new kid on the block, yeah. Gotcha.
Literally, that's what. Yo, he's dope, man. But I need you behind him. Yo, can you do it? So we go on this promo tour, and he was literally my very first client. My very first industry check came from that scenario. My very first.
From his first came from Usher Raymond. USHE. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, but still. That's a blessing. That is amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing. Usher led
to the clubs. I know you're like, man, how Usher just lead to the clubs? Well, at the time, after I ran around with him, I sat out of school a semester because we were on the road. And I got back in, and I had to make some money, so I went directly to the clubs right after that experience. Then it wasn't until 2000 era that I started to tour with other artists. So chronologically, Usher was the first, Monica was the second.
Tell her we have the same birthday, and when she writes her music, I feel
You
the person.
feel it?
like we're the same Scorpio energy. I get it. Go ahead. Yep, I do.
So Usher, Monica, Sierra. No. Usher, Monica, Khalees, then Sierra. So those were my first. Usher, Monica, Khalees, Sierra were the first. After Sierra, it was Neo, Carrie Hilson, Keisha Cole. That may have been. Now I've done spot dates with artists,
with other,
those
course.
are the ones that I toured with, like.
And so now you're back with Usher.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Look like you've not seen your own page. The comments from the women, the things they're saying, this is like they are completely turned on.
By him.
But they ain't say nothing about Usher. They were talking about your set in the beginning. DJ Mars, that's what they were talking about. Yes, Eric, Usher did his thing, but you set him up. You set him up apparently. I have not been to the Vegas show.
So this is why you got to give credit to him, right? So the whole thing, when you go to the Usher residency in Vegas, it's an experience, right? And like he's so calculated and I don't even like to use his word, but in like the genius sense. So you think you're coming to the concert to see the Usher concert. Now you are, right? But then you don't know that the minute you walk in a building, it's a party. The minute you walk in the building. Now you may go see other artists and they're playing background music. No. I don't want to give too much away, but where I'm situated as if the entire venue is a club, right? That's the energy you get from the time you walk in the door. You're getting that. So by the time he comes on, you like every sense in your body is on a trillion because you've been rocking from the time you got in. Now we've all been to concerts. You know, you go to a concert. You know, a guy takes his girl, you walk in and you sit down, someone go gets a drink and then you wait for the show to start. No.
See, I've heard that rumors. It's like as soon as you step, it's an experience.
It's like fighting Mike Tyson, right? You fight Mike Tyson, he's gonna boom, 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 and then this is when the show starts because he knocks you out from the first song to the last song. So I've been body blowing you all bang, bang, bang. And then he just hits you with that haymaker. But the ill thing about the haymaker is it lasts for an hour and a half. He's killing it.
I know someone told me I was completely worn out after the concert. Like worn out.
And then we do the after party that he's hosting after he's wore you out for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
Like there's an after party is what you're saying? Okay. Must go to the Usher residency.
It's different. Like it's not. It's different. Like You ever been to the best party in your life? We all have.
Yes.
That's what the show is. It's the best party of your life because you can't compare it to other. I'm the opening act. There is no other opening act. It's a lead up. I'm telling you, when he hits the stage. It's like that Mike Tyson, boom, but you get hit for an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Get knocked out for an hour. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I'm not even over sensationalizing it. It's the truth.
No, I've seen the aftermath. Like what? And I don't know. They're all females. I guess it's a large female audience.
It's Usher. Of course, it's all females.
So it's all females, and they are like flabbergasted about what just took place. So no, it does push a lot of us like, let's all head on out to Vegas and watch this show. It definitely
the show
does.
It's so Atlanta. Without me giving you away the details, because I want people watching this to come to the show, it's so authentically Atlanta. Everybody who's in the cultural space wants some attachment to Atlanta. He literally picked the ATL up, put it on a jet, boom, and took it to Vegas.
Thank you for that. Like, I feel that's enough of a teaser for us to make the move. Like, we travel and go every place else we want to go.
Not?
So why not hit Vegas for Usher? And I know a lot of people that have already taken that trip. I'm behind the 8 ball. I'm coming. I'll be working. I'll be doing things like this. That's why I'm not
buying
there.
Jordan.
Yeah.
That match her shirt.
That match right. I got a shout out to Dope Christian Tees. They come through for me every time. Custom, whatever I got, they're custom made it for him. Thank you so much, Keonda. I got to give her a shout out. Back in South Carolina, I'm just gonna rep my hood for a while. Back in Columbia, South Carolina. But DJ Mars, you have given us so much today, and I'm so appreciative. I want to give you a second. Tell us what's coming. Another book, we got bikes, we got like, what's coming? What should we expect from you?
So, as we said in the beginning, this is the 50th year of hip hop. So in celebration of that, we're having a Super Friends reunion. That's the DJ crew that I formed in the 90s. Super Friends reunion. Some of the best DJs ever on the planet have come through those doors. So the reunion pops off February, March. In addition to that, working on some design products. Damn, I wish I could let the cat out the bag for this one. I can't just yet. Obviously, the Usher residency. Still got Monica dates. Still got Carrie Hilson tour dates. It's gonna be a busy year.
Yes, I see you live in Atlanta airport. Like,
yeah, I'm there.
You are often there. You're often there. Give us your IG handle, because if you're not following him, please follow him.
DJ at DJ Mars 404.
404 is important, because everything keeps trying to take you to DJ Marshmello or Marsh. But anyway, make sure you pay attention who you're following. Yeah. I want to say, because I caught him on, well, I've seen you before, but I caught you recently on the first Friday. I was the annoying one that was taking pictures of you. Yes, I was the annoying one right there taking.
She wasn't annoying.
No, I was not. I was like, I just really wanted a picture. That was me. Y'all, anybody who can throw Prince and Sweet Dreams in the mix, like, I don't, you have to experience it. That's why I know you killing it in Vegas. Usher gonna get the credit, but you are definitely setting the stage. You are jabbing them. I'm thinking, because coming from college, you have to be geographical. You can't be all that, because you represent Cali. You got to pull everything in.
But you know what though? To that point, it's because of the education I got in Atlanta. So let's say if I was DJ Mars and I lived in New York in that same time frame, I would have been single-minded, especially then, because New York was ish. Like, so,
absolutely.
But living in Atlanta, you had to know how to play West Coast music. You had to know how to play Midwest music. You had to know how to play Southern music. We didn't even get to the ATL music. You had to know how to play,
because it's a difference.
From Louisiana, as if you were from Texas. You had to know how to play house music. You had to know how to play reggae music. You had to know how to play bass music, and you had to know how to play go-go music. So there's like 10 different subgenres that you had to be well versed in
and hit them all.
Because the kids from Chicago wanted to hear "Hey" in the middle of the bar by Crucial Conflict.
Yes.
The kids from Miami wanted to hear "Loop." The kids from Texas wanted to hear "Little Kiki." The kids from the West Coast wanted to hear "Short," Snoop, Dog Pound. New York cats wanted to hear Mobb Deep. DC wanted to hear Rare Essence. So you had that. You had to. Now that's if you wanted to be good. Now there's some DJs who just stayed in their pocket, but I wanted to be big. Like, so that's what I had to learn in order to get to that point.
I can't even explain. And I guess now being 46, and he hits not only geographically, but every era. Like, you threw some Blue-Eyed Soul, and I don't want to, because I need people to come to where you are. Yeah, you hit some.
She was there. She was there.
No, y'all. The DJ was right here, y'all. I was the groupie that was right. I was right there. The only thing that separated us was the DJ table. I was right, and I kept looking like, you're killing them. You are killing them. It was an amazing show. I can't wait. So I need to find out where you're going to be here in Atlanta soon, because I'll be there.
Atlanta. I'm about to be on the road.
He's like, yeah, you're about to be going. I'm going to have to go to Vegas. That's what he basically just told me. You're going to have to come to the Usher show to check me out. And I will. I don't want no preferential treatment. When I'm sitting in the nosebleed seats, I'm going to wait. No, I'm going to hit you up on DM. I'm here. I'm here. Just so you know, I'm supporting. And I want all of you to do the same. Again, y'all, this doesn't happen. Y'all know where we come from. This is Press Magazine. We are so happy to have a legend amongst our graces. And thank you, DJ Mars.
Thank you.
I appreciate you so much. Till next time, stay tuned. Hopefully with someone just as dope sitting beside me. We will see you next time. Peace out, y'all.